What's going on, Dolphins? It's your boy Dillon. I got a little more news for you. It looks like we have gotten a new defensive tackle. So there have been reports the NFL announces they've allocated defensive tackle Durval Queiroz Neto to the Dolphins via the International Player Pathway Program. He's 25-year-old defensive tackle from Brazil, and he has spent the past 4 seasons playing professionally in Brazil and is a former judo champion. So, look, real quick, because I've been getting some angry messages about, like, apparently I think that players that are unknown can't do nothing. Nah, I'm not saying that, right? But you have to admit they're getting players from, like, some, far-reaching, outside places, right? I mean, this dude's from Brazil. I don't know the state of Brazilian football. I know they like soccer. I don't know how much they care about American football, so I don't know the quality of it over there. It could be, who knows? It could be comparable to our professional football, or it could be, comparable to college level or high school level. I don't know. I would venture to guess it's probably closer to college level. I don't know that it's quite on the level of American professional football, but I don't know. He could be a good defensive tackle. Apparently he's 6'4", 325 pounds. We definitely do need defensive line help. We still need to get an interior and a defensive lineman and a pass rusher in the draft, but that's good. I have to say though, it does kind of sound like, like we're a charity case when they say that they've allocated this dude to us, right? Like, man, they really need some fucking help, so let's go ahead and give them a little something, right? And so, to be clear, for all y'all crazy motherfuckers out there, like, I'm not saying that means anything, right? He could end up being great, and, just because he was allocated, it doesn't actually mean anything. That's just kind of like a perspective thing, whatever, and just how it makes me feel when I hear that, right? But also, look, and I'm not saying that, some of these other guys that they, are bringing in can't be good. I think the Eric Rose signing was good. I think he'll be, a good possible number 2. But a lot of these other guys are super unknown. We don't know shit about them. With the information we have right now, we can't say whether or not they're going to be good. And as it stands, considering that, you can't say that the team's gotten better especially with the amount of players we've let go, and the quality of talent and stuff that we've let go, compared to the guys that we've brought in. And they're, we've got guys that didn't even play last year. We had one dude that didn't play last year, and the last time he played was in college 2 years ago. We have a guy that played for the Browns last when they were bad and didn't play last year, right? And a wide receiver at a position we don't even really need. We have tight ends that, we don't really need. Like, we could use those spots. I mean, fine, bring them into camp, have them be bodies, and if they rise up, you get the best of the best. Sure, fine. Like, I'm not opposed to that, right? But we only have 90 spots going into camp, and we have other holes we need to fill that are more important than, those, right? And then you get guys from, like, Brazil that you don't know shit about, right? So and then, like, Chris Reed, he's a dude that's, like, super, militant. He's been a career backup, right? So when you already have, like, tremendous holes on the offensive line, then you let Josh Sitton go, Ted Larson go, Juwan James go. You only have, like, one clear-cut starter, and then you bring in guys that, yeah, sure, they'll probably start for you, but what is the quality of player, and are they going to actually be able to, perform well enough? I hope so, maybe, and we'll have to wait and see, right? But, we don't know yet. Also, I want to mention, again, right? So to be clear, because apparently people just like to ignore things that I say and cherry pick things that I say, I advocate for this regime to have 5 full years. Brian Flores has a has a 5-year contract. I think he should have the entire thing, regardless of how we do over the next few years. Even if we're sub 500, even if we didn't win a single game for the next 3 years, I would advocate for this regime to still have the final 2 years. But I'm betting that most of the haters that come up in the comment section would disagree with that and be like, oh no, blah, 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 he should be fired. Now, there would be a legitimate case to make if, you know, we didn't win a game for 3 straight years, but again, because I'm consistent and because I think it's the best course of action, you should give regimes a 5-year window, right? So every 5 years, if your current regime isn't cutting it, then you hit the full reset button from top to bottom, and then you give the next regime a full 5 years. And that was a big part of my complaints, if you will, with how they handled the last regime. I think they should have given him time. Also, Gase did take us to the playoffs first year. So for anybody who's like, well, what did they do for us? Not to mention they've drafted a bunch of the young core talent that we still do actually have on this team that hopefully will remain on this team if they handle it properly. Like, let's say, Xavier Howard, right, with his contract. Also, real quick too, just because I don't even know why, honestly, I'm saying anything about it, but just because it was so like beyond ridiculous, I got accused of being racist because I don't agree with the decisions that this regime is making. So they're like, the person's like, oh, I'm just starting to think that you don't like them because they're black. I don't give a shit about that. It doesn't matter to me. Great. I'm glad that we have black coaches. Fabulous. But that doesn't mean shit to me, right? Like, I care about, like, if it was politics, I care about the policy, not if they're a woman or man. I don't give a fuck, you know, what their sexual preferences are. I don't care what their religion is. I don't care what the color of their skin is. None of that shit matters to me. I care about the policy. So in this case, I care about, you know, what they're gonna do as the people running the team and the organization. And so far, I don't agree with the vast majority of the things that they've done. That doesn't make me a racist. It's completely absurd. Anyway, that's absolutely the last I'm ever going to say anything about that because of how absurd it is. But I actually kind of thought it was a little funny, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, also, side note, I ordered my, my 2019 draft hat, so that's on the way. I can't wait to get that shit. At some point, I am going to have to get a new jersey this year because the only one that I have that's currently relevant is my Devontae Parker jersey. My Tannehill jersey is obviously not relevant anymore. My Landry jersey. I have a No Sean Moreno jersey and a Ricky Williams jersey. So, yeah, I'm going to have to definitely get a new one. At some point, I'll figure that out. I don't know who I'm gonna get yet, so I'll have to think about that and who I think actually is gonna have, like, you know, longevity on this team. Hopefully, there's gonna be somebody. If they sign Xavier Howard to a long-term contract this offseason or this year, then probably him, or maybe even Minka. We'll see. Anyway, also I wanted to note that Kenyon Drake had made a comment that apparently guys are ready to run through wall for Brian Flores already. I hope that's the case. I really do. That is a good sign. That is the first time that I have heard anything from any of the players or anything directly. So I hope that's the case. If they do want to be successful and if they're going to be successful, that is one of the key things, is they are going to have to set the culture fast and get guys bought in fast. You know, I was not one of those people like Omar Kelly who was like, culture is a bunch of bullshit and, you know, whatever. And when they were talking about it in the Gase era, right? I think it is important, and I think it's important for everybody, for every coach, for every organization and regime. So I thought it was important then. I think it's important now, right? So if they are going to be successful, they definitely have to make sure that they take care of that. You know, and when I had made a video earlier and I had mentioned that, you know, the guys when they were coming in, they didn't look too happy, you know, whatever. I mean, that was just speculation, right? So that's one of those things. That's not a fact. I don't know that, right? I didn't talk to these guys, right? It's just my speculation. That's my perspective, right? So, you know, whatever. There are some things, though, that are just fact, right? And one of those is that Tannehill is the best quarterback that we've had since Dan Marino. I mean, you can argue it and you can hate on him all you want, but if you just look at the stats and so on and so forth, I mean, it all bears out. That is completely factual. Also, not to mention when I did my comparison of Ryan Tannehill to Ryan Fitzpatrick, because a lot of people wanted to be like, Ryan Fitzpatrick is better. Well, the stats and the facts bear it out. I don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick holds like a single record anywhere in the NFL. I could be wrong about that, and feel free to inform me if I am wrong, but Ryan Tannehill holds several Miami Dolphins franchise records and an NFL record. Not to mention, all of his stats across the board are better than his. So it's a fact Ryan Tannehill is better. So whatever, man. You know, look, haters can hate and they're going to get on me. It's all good. But look, let's be clear, right? Let's be consistent. Let's be factual, right? That's the kind of shit that I care about. So, you know, and I'm open to other perspectives and ideas and so on and so forth. If people want to have intellectual, respectful debates about things, I'm all about it, right? But don't come at me, you know, cherry picking things that I've had that I said while ignoring other things. Be consistent, be logical, care about facts and reason, and then we're good, you know. But if you just want to come up in here, you know, talking a bunch of shit, coming at me all fucking aggressive, then, you know, don't be surprised if I come back in the comment section I'm talking about, just to be clear, you know, whatever. Don't be surprised if I come back a little aggressive as well. And eventually, if you just, you know, if people just act stupid and can, you know, continue to act stupid, ignore facts, all that stuff, then, well, hey, look, I'll just stop, you know, responding to you. But it's so funny, right? Because all these haters, these people that like to get up in the comment section just talking shit, they keep watching. They keep watching. So come on, you're welcome to watch. I love it. Matter of fact, it's great because hopefully maybe that shows that, you know, y'all are actually a little bit, you know, open-minded to it, and that you do want to hear. Look, like I said, if I'm wrong about things, I'll be happy to admit it and change, you know, my positions when the facts dictate that I should. So if this regime takes us to the playoffs in this first year and turns stars and, you know, turns these unknown players or whatever into stars, then they'll get the credit when it happens. They're not going to get the credit before it happens. Okay? Like a lot of people want to give this regime and these coaches and so on and so forth, you know, credit that they haven't earned yet, right? So, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And furthermore, I will criticize them if I feel like they deserve it, and if I don't agree with things, or if things are factually incorrect, right? So, you know, people can hate on that all they want, but get up in here and check it out anyway. I love it and I appreciate it, and you know, hey, whatever. Like I said, if you know, people want to have good conversation, I'm all about it. Let's do that. Let's talk about things, but, you know, let's stay on the right path, and let's not, again, like, the big thing for me, man, is facts. Things just need to be factual. They need to make sense. They need to be logical, reasonable, you know, all that good stuff. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, guys. I hope you guys enjoy my videos. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comments section. And, of course, as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.